Good morning again. It was 7:47, 7:48, 7:47. Good. Um, Sorry. Uh, Message from Paul. He felt my energy working on his head hard. He said passed out for a few hours. He feels a lot stronger now. Good. Um, that's just the real me out of body. Remember, I've told all of you, you're so big you can't even fit in a body anymore. I mean, a long time ago. It's Saturday, February 6th, 2016. 7:47. Either way you look at it, 747, frontward or backwards. 7 is spiritual knowledge. 4 is fortitude, and 7 again is spiritual knowledge. My meaning for that, relative to me, is spiritual knowledge, fortitude, for spiritual power. Um, Spiritual power is spirit and power. Okay? Wow, do I make things simple or what? um, what is spiritual power? It's the power of the spirit. It's who you really are, what you can do when you're not in a body. Um, Before getting started, I want to try to do this one quick too because it's so late. Excuse me. Um, when your lungs collapse, you have to take steroids, and that really messes everything up. Like everything is so smooth anyway. Anyway, uh, I started getting back to the emails. I hadn't been there in a few days, folks. Sorry, I'm doing everything I can. Um, I'm trying to maintain my work here until I can get home, until I can finish. Um, there's a lot to do. Okay, um, you'll know about that. There's not too much that I. There are some things I keep personal, and they're going to stay that way. Um, but it's not much. Uh, the and sorry, I'm all over the place looking at stuff and feeling into someone right now. Uh, so I'm just, as some of you already know, I just started getting back into the emails. I won't be able to get to the post office till Monday to get everything sent off, but that allows me all the time I need to finish doing what I'm doing. Consults are starting again Tuesday on the 9th. Okay. Um, the best the other side can see for things to happen right now is March 28th, 23rd. No, it's back to 28th. Is a tentative stopping point for consults. Folks, as you can tell by the last two coffee breaks, the yesterday's coffee break, coffee talk, and then what I did late at night. Um, Folks, things are screwed up on the other side, but the thing is, excuse me, all congested. The thing is, there's nothing mean and nasty over there anymore. It's just they don't know what to do. There's a little arrogance in some of the sources over there, okay? I run into that. It's like, I'm going to run you. I said, no, nothing runs me. You keep that up, you will die, okay? Your issue, not mine. But what I do is I'm taking them and cleaning them. I grab them, clean them, and store them. Because I don't need to do anything else. Little arrogance and stuff, that's not a big thing. It was all those years of being attacked by everything. I will not be controlled by anything. There's only one thing that can actually have any control over me whatsoever, and that's my love. Period. My lady. Um, The other thing is my format causes me to do what I need to do. But that's why Lily and her driver are so important. That's the one thing that can actually calm me down when I'm in the middle of creating a storm, so to speak. Love is powerful, folks. I know you know that. Um, those of us that have it understand the beauty, the depth, and the strength of it. It's a blessing to have those frequencies so strong within you. Not within you, you being that, having that much, that is you. By talking about that stuff, um, problems I have with spirit, I mean, with stuff on the other side, some sore stuff and everything, people, they don't know what they're doing. Okay? My other family members that really know me, they're laughing about that stuff, man. I think it's funny as hell because I'll just talk about it, you know? Excuse me. The other side says, "Don't tell them about this stuff because they're not gonna understand. They're gonna think we can't do the job and everything. The body's this, the body's that." And I said, "Screw the body, screw you. Okay, things are what they are. When you have honor and truth across the board, things still go wrong. There's still issues, but you know what? There's less. And when everything's out in the open, you can see. Isn't that part of what's going on? Everybody waking up and being able to see different dimensions and stuff? Yes, it's the whole family coming to dinner, sitting at the table. Do they have to come and sit down? No. As long as they're not running around outside beating stuff up, everything's going to be fine. But the people need to be able to at least see through the walls and see into the house, okay? Glass walls, whatever. People have to be aware enough and strong enough to see through the barriers. The barriers are there for a reason, okay? Ara, as a complete individual, made them in the beginning for damn good reason. And he made them later too, whatever. um, Still doing it. So anyway, the consults are back open. Sorry I haven't been to the emails in a while, but I did get to them. From the 9th here to March 28th is what I know now. Hey, and as soon as something changes, I'll let you know. Okay. I'm not trying to do this in spurts because I'm lazy or trying to be controlling or something. I'm just not going to wind up, finally get out of here and have an issue with the money. This house, I have to have the deed to this house, and I will soon. That and the funding necessary to leave Paul and Deanna what they need, and that's going to come from all this mess. They'll be well off, and I'll be where I need to be on the other side, taking care of things. Cleaning up a mess. Janitor, aisle 9. Anyway, so the thing last night is not a rant and rave. It's just letting you know that, people, what's on the other side is us out of body. There's no magic. There's no God. There's no blah, blah, blah. There's family. Okay? It's like a big table where people hang around. Now, there is a strong male and female energy that is going to be running things, but it's like an open book. It's not control and abuse. And that's just to run things until there's a soft understanding in the format and everything else as things happen. And as they're learning, they're sharing with the councils, okay? As Lily and Hour learn exactly how to run lives, they're sharing it with the councils that are pretty much already set up. More than pretty much. Their final, all the different councils haven't really decided on who they want to be their own council members. See, this control thing from the other side is being taken away. Right now I'm being messed with. And I don't appreciate that at all. Okay. Sorry about that. Um, Rude and personal, whatever. Um, there's such a problem with these bodies, with the solid bodies. Um, it's too easy to inflict pain on them. It's too easy for them to be controlled. It's too hard for them to get out if they want to get out in the middle of a life. They finally said, "That's I've had it. That's enough." You ought to be able to come home, but not by committing suicide and blowing a hole in your head or something, but just by leaving the body. That's coming too. Uh, so anyway, that was the importance of talking about that stuff, is so that you understand it. What it's really like. It's all these religions and everything, they're full of bunk. I don't say that because I want to start some thought process or something. I say it because it's true. If it's not obvious by now that I just speak what I know, what I understand to be the truth, then either you really just got here or you have your own vendetta, which you're welcome to it. You're not getting anywhere with it. What's going to happen is going to happen. Nothing can change that. Period. Ah, that's funny. Um, the things that we go through in the body, and the abuse that you're all subjected to, along with some joy, okay? And then you want to hold on to it so hard because that's literally all that you know. So you don't want to let go of the abuse because you don't understand it is abuse. Excuse me, that doesn't mean jump out of your body. It doesn't mean, hurt yourself or something. It doesn't mean anything like that. It doesn't mean woe is me, woe is you, or anything. It's just knowing what's going on, dealing with it. When you know what's going on, it's easy to deal with. It would have been nice for me to know about all the crap I just went through way before it just got sprung on me. That was made to happen for a reason. Causing issues. Whatever. But see, like I said, the main thing I wanted to say this morning, and the reason for me sharing that stuff with you, it's not like a little piece of it, honestly, is, and because that's all I'm going to be anyway. It's funny how we use that phrase. Honestly, it's like, what, have you been lying the rest of the time? No, but really, I mean, part of that is just I want to share the insanity with you. Some of the stuff I go through. I mean, it's nuts. When we're not in the body, we're home. Okay, we're on the other side. It's like sitting on a couch with a remote control, a nice cold drink, and you're watching, or warm drink, whatever, and watching TV, and you're watching little things going on TV. You're not part of it. You're away from it. And real life, quote unquote, is sitting on the couch, not inside the TV set. So they get that feel. They understand that to be a fact, and then they get like that. No one knows how to run stuff over there. And you can have a ton of lives over there, but it's like I was saying before. Driving a car is one thing, but actually being a mechanic and knowing how to fix a car to keep it driving is another. Okay, that's the difference between having a life and being able to run them. You have to have a lot of lives. Okay. It's not that we're stupid over there, but we do things over there that are stupid relative to us being in a body here, because when we get over there, they really don't care. It becomes unattached to the body being stressed by everything, and it's just relaxed and says, it doesn't matter. They'll be home soon anyway. Don't worry about it. No, we have to worry about it. This is part of creation. This is where this is where the people go. It's like, oh, they're going to work. Don't worry about it. They'll come home. No, I'm concerned about what goes on at work. Okay? It's like having a life being work, and it is. So work, there's always different things coming up. It's not like going to the gym, having a workout, taking a shower, going home. Okay, that's what it's going to be more like pretty soon. Okay, instead of going to a job where things go crazy all the time, and this, that, someone hounding you, and then literally having other stuff running you. That stuff's on the way out. The stuff running you is gone. If you need to go a certain way or another way to make things go smooth for yourself, yes, you're going to have help with that. Okay. There has to be some soft control of movement for creation as a whole. But not what you've been going through. Not whatsoever. All right, I need to get running. I just want to touch base on that. People, it's good for you to know what's happening. I mean, I'm sorry, it's not good for you. It's really, really important for you to know how the other side operates. You don't have to believe me. Hell no. I'm just telling you what's there. I see it. Those of you that are just coming in, I'm going to say something, and those of you that want to call me arrogant, here's something you can hold on to, okay? It's my job to be here doing what I'm doing. I am the strongest thing that can see, feel, and understand stuff on the other side. The only thing that can understand more than me is my lady. Period. She can love a little stronger, and then she can understand a little better. That's her power. That's her part. When Dara and Lily split, that's her ability. And she's right from the focal heart energy of Lily, and I'm right from the focal heart part of Ara. She's had over 8 trillion lives. I've had over 10. Okay, we know what we're doing. We just need to get out there and start getting our hands dirty and finish putting it together while we're teaching the councils, so you'll run yourselves. Okay. Then if there's a snag, a screw up, or something goes wrong, then I'm sure it's going to be Lily, or I might be there too. I don't know, to just straighten it out. Say, look, this is how we really need to do it, and this is why. And then we all learn as a family, sitting together at one table. But Lily and I, we're going to be running around. If we're needed, we'll know right away. But until then, y'all don't need babysitters. Man, y'all are old. You've been around a long time. Okay? You just need to be left alone to have better lives in better bodies. Okay? Could you imagine some of you ladies, I know a lot of you ladies are really strong for childbirth, but could you imagine having childbirth totally painless and by just relaxing and letting energy flow out of your body with your mate? Wow. That's just one thing. I can't say one small part, that's a big part, okay? But it's, us guys sometimes take that for granted. Sometimes people think that something doesn't exist because they're not staring it right in the face. We can be so concerned about our next phone when there's soldiers dying, their blood and guts spilling out, parents who have their children come home in boxes, animals suffering, having to kill each other all day. And what do we care about? That next new phone that's got these new options. I'm not beating people up for feeling like that, okay? From time to time, I got to buy a new phone too. I've got 2 good phones. The best that's out there? No. Good? Yeah. But folks, this stuff out there, it's real. I just want to say that it's happening. There's people that are suffering so much more than us, and we suffer in a different way, but still, creation was made to be abusive, to grow the size of the spirit within it, to increase the amount of individual pieces of spirit, so there be more voices to praise the original first being, which split into male and female, which is what everyone's been calling God, and all other kinds of names all through time. So they're dead. They're gone. The other large things that felt like that, they're dead. They're gone. The angels that were putting their energy inside you, running you, literally put you to sleep, so you put your daughter to sleep so she drives into a bridge embankment and dies. Yeah. Wonderful blessings, aren't they? Keep you alive if you need to stay alive, yes. But otherwise, time to break your arm, that arm's going to break. And they're the ones that do it. They're the ones that make sure it happens. So that system's gone. There's no one coming in, and you know the fact is, there's issues trying to learn how to do this because no one else has ever done it. No one else over there has ever done it. Okay, Lily and Aaron, no problem. Okay, got that. Will it take a little while to get adjusted and settled in? Yes. Okay. Um, and then you all get used to running lives. It'll be a little more, but you're going to have a format to follow, and then you'll flow in and out of that format. So, you know, you can make it your own. And the format is no abuse, it's compassion, honor, equality, uh, non abusive. Arrogance is definitely going to be shunned on, too. Anyway, so. That's why it is really good things happening. You know, OJ preaches gloom and doom. No, I'm not. I tell you what's there. If there's a war there, I'm going to tell you there's a war there. And then people say, oh, but that's so negative. It is what it is. Deal with it. If you can't deal with what is, what the hell are you doing? Hiding from life? Why? Why? That's like being in a house and not want to go outside because an anvil might fall on your head like some Roadrunner cartoon or something. Is having fear for each day. You die 1,000 times a day instead of once in a life. A lot of you are so trustworthy and afraid to trust yourself. People, all these things are done to you. Oh, it's to make you better. So, yes, so you can learn your lessons and become more like, Lord God. You're kidding me, right? You're kidding me. Turn your cheek so we can beat the hell out of the other one. Just stay submissive. Stay submissive. We want to control you. Wow. I mean, the only thing missing in the Bible, Torah, and Quran is we control you. You must comply. You must obey. It's written in there. It's just subliminal. And because people can't see what's on the other side, because the vast majority of people are not awake whatsoever, and I mean vast, a lot more than 90%, that's all they have. That's all they have to go on. It was done like that on purpose. Hello? I'm making a joke on myself, honestly, more than anyone else, because when I was, first growing up and everything, and I wasn't awake. I mean, I had abilities, but I wasn't really awake and aware of what was going on. My abilities had woken up, but I wasn't aware of what was happening. And then I changed and did. And, so I feel bad for having just said something which seems like teasing others that can't see it. It's kind of like a joke on myself. Especially being who I am or what I am inside, I should have been much better immediately. But folks, it's just not like that. That's why these bodies are such a pain in the butt. They're so easy to run the spirits when they're in them. It was made like that. You make a truck to carry heavy stuff. You make a car to carry people and, be more efficient. These bodies were made to put you in it and abuse the crap out of you to maximize your abuse and your frustration to where the original first being male and female could get the maximum the maximum output of growth of your spirit while you're in that body. So when it was time for y'all to come together with your actual spirit mate and go to a new universe all your own and release a third of your energy instead of maybe 100 million to be 100 trillion coming out, whatever, take a number, I don't care. The idea, I'm not trying to go with ratios or anything right now, percentages, no, I'm just saying it's a whole lot more spirit beings to be released because of the abuse. And the more spirit beings being released, what did the original first being male and female, what was going to happen for them? More sounds of praise, more individuals growing up, getting bigger and stronger, and them praising until finally what happens? They have their own kids, so to speak. And then what are you doing? You're building up this huge thing, this huge praise machine. Praise God, praise, It ain't about praise nobody. It's about being yourself and hopefully having enough heart and compassion to thank others that help you. What's wrong with that? And I was trying to get off this thing early. Silly me, huh? People, this is all about you. You have a new spring coming. You do. You have someone that loves you. You have someone that's going to be on the other side loving you, taking care of you, protecting you. And then also something else on the other side with incredibly powerful love, but understanding how to make things flow to where it's fair, proper, but doing it with heart and proper for everyone at the same time. It's hard to talk about something that hasn't happened yet, and I'm really cautious with that because I know how things go. But I'm telling you, folks, there's something really nice coming, and I know I can talk about it because I actually is something I'm going to have a lot of input in. I didn't know that when I woke up. I didn't really know who I was. The only thing I knew about myself growing up that was different is I just always had this feeling as a few years old, I had this feeling that if I had to, I could protect everything from anything, but I couldn't do it in a body. And I had no idea what the hell I was talking about, but I just knew this was a fact. I didn't understand it. And it bothered me more and more, and then I started talking to my close friends, just a few of them, 3 or 4, I can't remember. I think 3, and then I didn't bring it up to the 4th one. And I talked with them, and I said, that feeling you get, about, the fact that because you care about everyone, if you had to, even though you're stuck in this body, that you could do anything to take care of and protect them? And they look at me like, Jay, you're getting weird. And, we were little kids. Real little kids. And I'm like, okay, that didn't work. So I talked to one, then the other, and said, yeah, I think we'll stop that. As your abilities start to awaken, as you start to become more aware of who you are, you'll understand more about that. Folks, there's a lot of power players here on this planet right now. And I'm talking creation-wise. I'm not talking about your neighborhood. I'm talking about creation-wise, okay? Pretty big place. Y'all don't know how strong you are yet. And those of you that are coming my way, it's happening for a reason. You're being brought here, okay? Crank ups, I need to make you stronger, okay? You have jobs. It's something you want to do inside. You feel the pull, but oftentimes you're guided too. It's like, okay, it's your turn next. This video would be great for someone who wants to try to tear me apart, and you're welcome to it. Good luck. It's like going up to a rock. You can try to crack it, but it's a rock. It's not a fortune cookie with a hidden message inside or an agenda. It's just doing its thing, putting out energy, just like a stone. But folks, this is the 2012. This is the beginning of 2012. But it's the new 2012 that's going to be about your intuition, not something, not everyone becoming awake just enough to be able to see and praise the almighty male and female first being. That was the big thing. 2012 is supposed to be about everyone becoming more aware, just enough to be able to see that there's a mother, father God. Like Sylvia Brown used to talk about. Not beating up Sylvia, okay? She's awesome. She's still busy all the time doing stuff. She's a little frustrated with how things have been. She said right now she's saying she has to change her format, of how she thinks, of how things are going to go. She's not trying to guess how things are going to go. She's watching the change in how things go. The soul inside Sylvia, she's really cool, man. She really is. She's neat. If I want to talk about people doing stupid things, man, I got enough of my own stuff to talk about. Some of it we're made to do. Some of it is a normal thing. This thing really has my attention. This is a really nice piece of some star essonite right here. I love this thing, man. It's awesome. Calm, relaxing. The crystal in it moves differently. The energy moves differently through it. We have so many aids and stuff all around. Well, spring's coming, folks. Excuse me. A few cups of coffee and choba tea. Spring's around the corner, and I'm talking about that feeling you get in spring. That's the spring for creation that's coming. When you look out at spring, you feel a little bit of slightly warmer air, but it's still got a little crisp feeling to it in the morning. Air smells fresh if you can find a spot still like that. That feeling you get when you feel that, that's what's in the field now for creation. Okay? The only thing is it's going to stay spring. So, we have issues in life that are supposed to give us strife, but not abuse. Excuse me. Part of energy working on the back of my head again. I don't know why I'm going here right now. Just yeah, I was just looking at someone involved doing with. It's a male, older male. He's involved. He's in a body. He's got something going on with a space issue thing going on with stuff in space. And the second I went and looked at it, there was just a little flick of the light. As I'm looking to see that, part of my energy's inside my head. It was just working on my crown. I've never been able to see better than what I can now. My energy's modifying the way I see, the way my physical brain sees, but it's seeing better than it was before, and it's still not done yet. People, let me tell you something. Those of you, like when you crank you up and you start going through your phases and it goes on and off, there's a reason for it. It's relative to the events in your life. It's relative to your attitude. It's relative to a lot of things. It's all there. It's something you draw on, but it continually works on evolving your body and everything else, and it does. I'm going to have to look at this guy. What the hell is he doing? He's trying to make things right again. And he just asked me to, please be quiet. I'm not saying anything that would be detrimental to him or what he's doing. Folks, I know that above and beyond anything else. Before I ever open up my mouth, I know better if I should or shouldn't, except every once in a while if it's relative to me. Like when I was talking about having cranked people up in space, and the next thing I knew, I got hammered before I could hardly finish my saying it with my mouth, because the thought process is what talks, telepathy, and I'm all over the place. But they can hear us too, Plus, if there's the scanners that they have over there, they can go a day or two back in time or forward in time without much of a problem. I'm going to talk with this guy in a little bit. Help him out. He's old. And he's been waiting. Okay. Sorry. Wasting your time. My favorite word. I won't have a gravestone, but if I did, it would say, here lies, Jake. I'm not a spectacular person, folks. I'm not supposed to be. Okay? I'm just what I am. Just me. So things are moving again. I still need a few more days to kind of finish this, lung collapse thing. That's why the consults are starting Tuesday, except for you, Lindsay. That's different. She has a health issue I want to address. She's so sweet, and she was wanting to, give me money. It's like, wow, I couldn't live with myself if I did that. She was given a problem she never should have had. So I'm going to do everything I can for her. It kills me. It kills me to see y'all suffer. It's wrong. It's abusive. I should be able to do more than I can. It pisses me off. It's another reason for wanting to get home, where I can finally be me. Not this thing stuck in a body. Anyway, so consults have started back up. I've done some neat things healing, okay, but I can only do what I can do, and I do everything I can do, okay? Once I'm free, I can do a lot more. Now, some of the pain that we get from health issues, that is part of the strife I was talking about, okay? But what we've all been suffering from, especially some people, wrong, okay, that's going to be taken away. Unless someone really has issues out of a body and needs to understand it, karma, they'll understand. They'll be led to experience for themselves. And folks, when you think about karma, please don't think about every little thing. Like you said something bad about somebody. Nah, come on. That's called living and breathing and having a life, okay? I'm talking about really going after someone with the intent of being abusive, okay? Other than that, it's just soft little stuff back and forth. I mean, you might do something to someone and then it's done to you, just little comments or something like that, and that just, oh yeah, okay, but people get a little bit wrapped up in karma, and thinking it's going to be too much of a hit back than it really is. Now, if you're abusing something and hurting it, you're in the wrong ballpark, okay? Guess what the name of the ballpark is? So, this is stupid. One of the kids, I call them kids, it's part Lily and Aaron in my head. It's male, there's a female right next to him. They want me to say something about something going on in starships, and they want me to go look, they want me to just relax, go look and find something, and then talk to you about it. I'm not going to do that. Y'all got stuff to do, I got stuff to do. When something comes in that's important, I'll let you know. I pretty much cover everything there is as I know it's important to you. I'm close to getting this animal spirit guide energy thing going on. It's like a little bit of shamanism. Dr. Stephen D. Farmer. If you really want to learn more about shamanism, go to earthmagic.net. He's really cool. He is source. He doesn't quite understand things. I don't know how to say this without trying to seem rude. He's so in touch with animal spirit and everything else. He's just really strong with this stuff. He is. He's really cool. And he can see and do a lot. Um, there's always things that we're not all of us aren't aware of, and his philosophy might be a little different than mine. Uh, I don't have a philosophy, but whatever. He can't see some stuff I can. Whatever. I don't like saying that. It's like I send people to him for a reason because he's cool. He's really strong. He understands animal energy. Um, that's his specialty. He is source from Lilian era, and his energy inside has got more in it. More the different fields of essence within him happens to be a little more animal than it is the others. So he's got a higher percentage of the animal, just like Deanna. Um, she's got more animal spirit than anything else. As a matter of fact, this morning I was getting up, walking around, and she was talking to me again. I see this beautiful Bengali tiger, but she's got white energy around her. She comes in and says, "Hey, Papa." It's so funny. She's so cool. Anyway, uh, thanks for joining me again. This is all about trying to help you get more of a feeling. As I talk about this stuff, you relax and you use your gut intuition. It's like on off. Now it's more than that, but it's basically it's like an on off with a sliding. Um, areas. It's like a little. It's not just an on off button like current going and then no current like a light switch on and off. Excuse me, but it is like a light switch. It has a slider on it. Okay, where it can dim. Um, but it's mostly on off as far as the yes no. But there's variances in between. So as I say things, you can get a feeling about how you feel about it, and over time, that helps you wake up. Al. Uh, okay. Someone's trying to fix the ship. That's fun. This guy I talked about earlier. Whatever. Okay. Enough about that. Anyway. Uh, so anyway, that's the purpose of it. Okay. I've always told you I wanted to get a hold of a lot of you at one time and just answer questions. Not just to talk to you or talk at you, but to converse, to talk with you. A flow. Ask me a question. I got an answer. Um, Whatever. Um, you should see some changes in the website in the next few days. Oh, the consults, I'm making them 11 to 6 again. I was just going to say 11 to 7. Why do you want me to go to 7? Well, whatever. It's 11 to 6 right now. I might change that later. It's my own energy wanting me to do it. I'll find out more about that later. Um, it's me flowing out of the body, but it's the thought process is a little different. The core of this focal point, what's inside this body, what's talking to you. A lot of people really want to get super big and strong and everything, and you have no idea the problematic doors that opens. Um, it's in many ways it's really not a good thing. Um, all of you have been stressed so hard for so long to have more lives to grow yourselves. And it's been lives usually contradictory to your own frequencies, what you really like. 1 out of 6, 1 out of 10, 1 out of 12 lives that you have will be relative to your own personal frequencies. Because if you have a life against your frequencies, what does that do? More stress, more pressure. So when your spirit comes out of your body, you grow more. No. The hell with the steroid stuff. I think I know a little bit about that. Energy wise, plus the damn, medicine itself to keep you alive. When your lungs quit, so does your body. By the way, when I make a joke about having a southern accent or whatever, folks, I've had more lives and more bodies than anyone else. Know this: I'm picking on myself more than anyone else. Actually, I'm just picking on myself. I don't want to pick on anyone else. It's not hurting anyone else. That's stupid. I'm here to take care of them best I can while stuck in a body. At least I have a lot of me. Most vast majority of me floating out somewhere. But anyway, the problem is when you have too many when your focal point is large enough to where you have too many parts that can separate, become their own focal points. That's individuals within your own energy. Okay. Then you have to deal with it. That's why I was saying becoming real big can be an issue, but maybe we'll do a talk about that some other time, but not now. So the reason why I brought that up is you all are just fine the way you are. Just need to be relaxing, getting these abuse frequencies out of you, and just having lives relative to your own personal frequencies. To have lives relative to you. That's enough of this insanity. Y'all should be having wonderful lives. It's not that you don't have joy. Remember, that's always given to us to keep us going. And some of you have easier lives this life because you needed to. Okay? But they're going to be better for everyone. All right, folks. Love you. Have a good one.